Welcome to On Fire Breakers. Travis Thompson with you here this evening for break 2023-90 2023 Topps Allen and Ginter case number 2. This was a PYT. We'll go over the teams and then we'll get started. We have the Angels, John Mast; Astros, Brett Pick; A's, Aaron Stanley; Blue Jays, David Jakeway; Braves, Jonathan Tiny Rogers; Brewers, Seth Shoneman; Cardinals, John Pinky Mast; Cubs, Christy Virgin; D-backs, Steve Garlow; Dodgers, Patrick Smith; Giants, Sean Lawrence; Guardians, M. Pennell; Mariners, Derek Dial; Marlins, William Smith; Mets, Steve Garlow; Nationals, Jason Mammer Cox; Orioles, Aaron Stanley; Padres, Chris Short; Phillies, Jason Mammer Cox; Pirates, Jeff Lukowitz; Rangers, Jason Mammer Cox; Rays, Derek Dial; Red Sox, Seamus Landers; Reds, Jason Smith; Rockies, Seamus Landers; Royals, Doug Hank; Tigers, David Jakeway; Twins, William Smith; White Sox, Corey Sawyer; Yankees, Mike Amadoro; and non-baseball, Rome. So here we go. Good luck. We do have up case number 3 filling as well. Feel free to take a look and see if your team is available. There was some adjustments in case number 3. The non-baseball did go up, and then most of the teams went down. Same price point as the other cases, but I just adjusted the non-baseball because I was a little low on it compared to the majority of the people, and then I adjusted everything else accordingly. So here we go. 12 boxes of pure excitement A&G baseball. You got the minis. You get all kinds of good stuff. 3 hits per box. First up will be a box topper. Bobby Witt Jr. for the Royals and Doug Hank. It's about a 2-hour break, I think, is what the previous one went. We went a little faster towards the end. We're starting off with the hot box again. Our hot box was the first box that we did last time, and it looks like we've got the hot box again here to start off case number 2. Same spot. I started off on the left-hand side. I do appreciate Rome stepping up and taking the non-baseball spot after it opened up. I think we got 9 teams left in case number 3. Now that does include the non-baseball spot and includes the D-backs. So probably have to do 2 fillers. Probably do the baseball spot by theirself, and then the rest will be into a final filler. I'll probably start that filler tomorrow. All right, here we go. Good luck, everybody. See what we can't hit. Out of the hot box, here we go. All the big time rookies will be sleeved up prior to shipping. I'm going to try to do the minis at the end. Like we started doing 3/4 of the way through. First up on the hit, it's going to be Dennis Eckersley on the relic for the Boston Red Sox. Red Sox, going to be Seamus Landers. Dennis Eckersley. Well, TJ, I appreciate it. I dislike A&G. Be the first to tell you, I don't like how the cards feel. They're not. The hot box is different because it has that gloss, but they are not easy to go through. My hands get dry, and you can't hardly go through them. And I'm still a believer that it'd be nice if they did the minis a different way. But that's enough of me complaining. Aaron Judge mini. Black border of Gavin Lux. A&G back of Vlad Sr. And nice auto here, Barry Zito. It is a ton of cards. Barry Zito on the auto. Barry Zito going out to the Athletics and Aaron Stanley, the big time lefty here for the A's. Seen where Tampa Bay set the record for the fewest people at a game that was a non-pandemic year for a playoff game, which is unfortunate. I know Texas won, Minnesota won. A&G back there on Jordan Walker. What game is on, or what game are you watching? Nice parallel for the non-baseball for Rome. And I do like the fact that you get 3 hits. Yeah, you could get 3 relics per se. So for the price point, it's not too terrible for 3 potential hits. You got Trey Turner, black border. D-backs and Brewers. What's the score of the games? be having another hit here. Ken Griffey Jr. on the white border. I know I didn't miss any. These ain't autoed without, and they're not autoed without the border. Yeah, maybe we'll make it up. There's nothing. Maybe we'll make it up at the end, towards the end. And we got an A&G back of Rizzo, George Kirby, Vlad Sr., Jordan Walker, A&G back, Starling Marte, A&G back. D-backs 4, Brewers 3, and 3-0 Phillies. Oh, come on. Ronald Acuna Jr. Not surprised the Phillies win it. It is a surprise that the D-backs are beating the Brewers, in my opinion. The Brewers, they got the starting pitching to play with anybody. They got the pitching to win it. I'm not saying the Brewers win it. I think the Braves win, but I do think that the one thing that's suspect on the Braves is their pitching staff. Because Morton's hurt, right? Wright hasn't been, no pun intended, right. You got Strider. Elder started to show some potential wear, in my opinion. His ERA started going up. I think Baltimore, I think their pitching is more suspect as well. But their offense, kind of like the Braves, can carry them. Derek, we just did one box, bud. Nothing yet, but we're one box in. And we have a bat relic, David Wright for the Mets, and Steve Garlow. David Wright on the bat relic for the New York Mets, going out to Steve Garlow. Excuse me. A&G back for Kyle Schwarber. And another relic for Don Staley. Non-baseball, going to be going out to Rome. Don Staley should be, South Carolina women's head coach. think is either South Carolina or Rutgers, and I don't think that's Rutgers. King Griffey Jr., A&G. I forget the other women's basketball coach that I'm thinking of, that I think is the one at Rutgers. In action, George Brett. This one came early compared to last time. You get 2 inactions per case. This one's going to the Royals and Doug Hank. George Brett. Yeah. I agree. Ivan Herrera and Vladdy Sr. and Bella Rasmussen with A&G backs. I think baseball's in a pretty good spot. Walker Buehler. Baseball's in a good spot. Vargas on the black border. Mini. And we got a Frank Thomas bat relic for the White Sox. White Sox going to be Corey Sawyer. Frank Thomas, White Sox, going out to Corey Sawyer. And I was skeptical of the rule changes. I did not like at the beginning. I did not like the pitch clock. I didn't like anything to do with it, but I do like it since it's been enacted and I've seen it. Not because the games are shorter. I just think that there's more pace of play. But in the playoffs, I still agree with the pitch clock. I just don't know about, in my opinion, the stepping off. Bobby Witt Jr. again on the box topper. Stepping off twice, 2 disengagements. But that's kind of the old school baseball, I guess, fan in me. And when you're talking about the playoffs, things are a little different. And I feel like they should be treated as such. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely, they look for any advantage. Christian Walker black border. We got Matt Manning on the Relic Detroit Tigers. Tigers going to be going out to David Jakeway. Matt Manning on the Relic for the Detroit Tigers. Going out to David Jakeway. A&G back for Julio, Zach Greinke, and a little baby. Got an A&G back for those guys. Mark McGwire on the black border. And we have a rip card, going to be out of 199. Seattle Mariners for Julio Rodriguez. Julio Rodriguez, Mariners rip card in Derek Dial. So there you go, Derek. Nice rip card for you. Julio Rodriguez. Do you rip it or do you keep it? Here we got A&G back of Eloy Jimenez. We got Tom Seaver on the relic. Got a little stain there. New York Mets going to be Steve Garlow. There you go, Steve. Tom Seaver on the jersey relic. Hey, you got a Gunnar Henderson rip it? Nice in that box. Nice. King Griffey Jr. on the black. Reese Hoskins. I call it the white border. It's not the white border. Forget what it's called. I think it was some word I couldn't pronounce. Josh Young, I think. We got Babe Ruth A&G back. So we got the, did we get 3 hits out of that? Yeah, Matt Manning was the first hit. Tom Seaver and then the rip it card of Julio. Check these minis. Nothing good to report on that one. The last pack and the rest of the box was terrible. Oh, how about a rip card of Zach Greinke on the box topper? Rip card of Zach Greinke for the Kansas City Royals and Doug Hank. There you go, Doug. Nice rip card there. Box topper for the Royals. And Donald Zach Greinke. Oh yeah, not bad investment for 17. We still have up a box of A&G for line that we still haven't filled. It's been just kind of surprising, really. But oh, Patrick, that's not a problem. It happens. It happens. It really does. I don't hold it against anybody. Normally, I would have just went ahead, but at $2.95, I couldn't. If it was a $25 or $30 spot, I would have been like, no problem. I would have went ahead and then messaged you. But unfortunate part of life happens. I'm pretty easygoing and understand life happens. Just like I had to push it back until 8:30. The volleyball game wasn't over, but we had a pink out. I don't have anybody that plays, but if I want the volleyball players or the volleyball coaches to go to my games, I need to go to support them. And they were having a pink out and had a silent auction, so I bid it on a couple of things. I had to wait to see if I won. Edwin Diaz for the Mets. Steve Garlow. That's Steve's third hit, I think. Mookie Betts, A&G back. So it ran. I mean, I don't follow volleyball, but I'd been to several games, and they hadn't taken as long as this one did tonight. Juan Soto. Mookie Betts on the black border. Jose Reyes. Volpe mini. Derek Jeter. That Derek Jeter is actually a short print. Some of them I can recognize. A&G back for Anthony Volpe. But I had bid on a couple of things. There was one thing my wife bidded on, and it was oh, there's a nice Vladdy Jr. for David Jakeway on the auto. Vladdy Jr. auto for David Jakeway. Nice hit there. Nice auto. Not going to get the fire truck out for it just yet. Hopefully there's a little something better coming. But it was a bunch of $1 bills and $5 bills, and it had the saying, grass is greener if you water it. So there was, I think there was $100 showing or $90 showing, and I'm like, you know, I'm venturing to say there's more, and she ended up going 100 on it, and then there was $130 that was on there. So Actually came out ahead on that one. And then I am due for a eye exam for new contacts, and the person I go to actually donated something, a voucher, so it didn't go as high. It was a $200 voucher, and I got it for $110. So I'm like, why wouldn't you? If I'm going to go spend that money anyway, why wouldn't you save $90? And we got Zach Gallen on the relic. Zach Gallen, D-backs, D-backs. Steve Garlow. Look at Steve go. Bo Bichette. And G-back of Seiya Suzuki. And Andres Jimenez. Payday 3. Yeah, I don't know what that is. I don't play video games as much as I used to. But the good thing is, live action cards, Corey, yes. One of George Brett. The good thing is my sons are getting into playing video games, so I think I'm going to be back into it. Ronald Acuna Jr. on the Braves for Tiny Rogers. I think we hit a Royals in action last case as well, I think. And the two we hit was at the end of the case. So I remember Richard Komu getting on and asking if there was any live action cards, and I'm like, no, unless I missed them. And then it was like that box. We hit one, and then I hit another one like the 2 boxes later, and it was like the last 3 or 4 boxes. So we've hit, it's not been too terrible on the autos. Barry Zito and Vladdy Jr. The non-baseball spot hasn't actually hit as well as previous case, but it's still early. It don't take much on the non-baseball portion of it to get to that section or get up to that price point that Rome paid for it. Yadier Molina on the bat relic for the Cardinals. Cardinals going to be John Pinky Mast. Yadier Molina on the bat relic for the Cardinals. Not a bad hit there for the Birds on the bat. Nestor Cortez, A&G back. Rome, what's up? If we was to somehow magically fill case number 3, by the time I was done here with case number 2, I would go ahead and bust it as well. I do have one more case to post of A&G. I do have loose boxes for anyone that is maybe interested. Wally Backman. Wally Backman. On the auto, New York Mets, going to be Steve Garlow. But I do have one more case after case 3 to post. And it'll be the same pricing as case number 3 with the adjustment to the non-baseball portion of it. Nick Castellanos. Nestor Cortez on the relic. Nice pinstripe there for the Yankees and Mike Amadoro. Nestor Cortez for the Yankees going out to Mike Amadoro. There you go, Mike. Sandy Eric Alcantara. We do have George Kirby out of 25 on the Brooklyn back. Seattle Mariners going to be Derek Dial. I do not have any of the mini top loads. George Kirby out of 25 for the Mariners going out to Derek Dial. Dansby Swanson, A&G back. Crystal Reed, A&G back. And Chipper Jones, A&G back. Shohei Ohtani on the box topper for the Angels and John Mast. The end of this box will be at our halfway point. And for the non-baseball spot, we got Jim Bentliff, the Mud Guy. Jim Bentliff. Let's say that he's the guy that supplies the mud for the Major League Baseballs. That'll be the non-baseball spot. Going out to Rome, I assume. I assume that it's the guy that has the mud, Lou Brock A&G back. That is provided out of what? Delaware, Rhode Island, Connecticut. Then we got in action for the Yankees, Aaron Judge. So there's our second in action card of the case. You get 2 per case, supposed to. Aaron Judge in action for the Yankees. Get the focus in here. Can we get it? There we go. Aaron Judge for the Yankees and Mike Amadoro. And there you go, Mike. Much better case number 2 for the Yankees than case number 1 already. A&G back for Jonathan Valina. Will Smith, regular. And for the Milwaukee Brewers on the bat relic, going to be Gary Sheffield. Brew Crew, going to be Seth Shoneman. Gary Sheffield for the Brew Crew. Mike Trout, black border. Jim Thome. That's Tony Gwynn. A&G back for Aaron Judge. That's it. And we have a relic, Mandy Bell, reporter, non-baseball, going out to Rome. Mandy Bell on the reporter, going out to Rome. Paul Goldschmidt. White. And our minis. A&G back of Moises Alou. And AG back of Miguel Vargas. Six boxes to go. Vladimir Guerrero Jr., Blue Jays, David Jakeway. right, here we go. Second half of the box or the case. Second half of the case. And we have a relic of DJ Ski. Non-baseball going out to Rome. DJ Ski for Rome in the non-baseball spot. A&G back for Salvador Perez. A&G back of Tyson McGuffin. He's a professional pickleball player, which I guess I didn't even know that there was such a thing. Trey Turner, A&G back. I mean, I knew that there was pickleball. I didn't know that there was a professional league of pickleball. And we got Bear Mayer. Bear Mayer. He is the Bruce Bolt founder and CEO. I forgot to look and see what that was at the end of the last case. That's going out to Rome in the non-baseball spot. Jose Reyes. Brian Hayes. Mini. And we have a Bobby Dalbec relic. Bobby Dalbec for the Red Sox. Red Sox. Going to be Seamus. Bobby Dalbec for the Red Sox. Going out to Seamus. A&G back. Brian Hayes, Ozzie Albies, and Vital Brujan. .40 season. We got Barry Zito on the white. No A&G back on those three. Mookie Betts for the Dodgers, going out to Patrick Smith. on the box topper. So have I done one like pulled them? Yes. Which if you have been watching, I'm sure you've seen. But if talking about have I ripped any? No, I have not. I don't think I've. Not that I can recall that anyone's ever had me rip it. I could be wrong, but I don't remember it. I don't ever remember anybody having me rip it. And another Oakland Athletics hit. Mark McGwire for the A's. Going to be Aaron Stanley. Mark McGwire going out to Aaron Stanley. There we go. Angie back of DJ Ski. Dontrell Willis, Angie back. And we have a rip card of Max Fried. Max Fried, going to be out of 199 for the Atlanta Braves. And Tiny Rogers. Max Fried. Put that up there with the Julio, right next to the Julio rip card. It's our third rip card of the break. The other one is actually a box topper of Zach Greinke. So we got an A&G back of Hoodie Allen. A&G back of Javier Assad. A&G back of Denard Robinson. And another hit for the Mets. Dwight Gooden. It's going to be Steve Garlow. Dwight Gooden on the bat relic nonetheless. Ryan Howard. And no A&G backs on that one. All right, 4 boxes to go. 4 to go. It's our first one of the smaller version box topper. Bob Gibson. The other case, we didn't get any of those. All right, here we go. Should be due for... Oh, well, we've already had 4 autos. Will we get a 5th? I don't think we had 4 or 5 in the first case. We got relic of Ari Chambers, basketball reporter for the non-baseball, and Rome. Ethan Small. And Whit Merrifield on the relic. Blue Jays going to be David Jakeway Whit Merrifield on the relic for the Blue Jays and David Jakeway. A&G back of Adam Ray and Riley Green. A&G back of Captain Sandy Yan. Black border of a little baby. A&G back Max Mayer and Prince Fielder. Kyle Schwarber on the relic. Philadelphia Phillies, Jason Mamercox. Kyle Schwarber for the Fighting Phils and Jason Mamercox. And we have A&G back of Christian Yelich. 3 boxes to go. Card behind the mini in most packs. I'll show you here on this one. It's like in the sun. Got Mike Trout. Box topper, Angels, John Mast. Mini is always the second to last card in a pack. And then the last card would be something like this. Music to your ears. They do Fun in the Sun. This one is actually the spotless spans. And there's the fun in the sun. Spotless spans. Got a Cal Ripken Jr. bat relic for the Orioles. Orioles going to be Aaron Stanley. Bat relic for Cal Ripken Jr. for the Baltimore Orioles. And then like this one is the talented, but it's pictures of birds with talons. I think we've had fun in the sun. So beach soccer. But mostly it's been, they are spotless. Ooh. Hey, there's a nice one. Robert Kraft. Robert Kraft on the auto. Robert Kraft auto. Oh. Excuse me. Robert Kraft on the auto for the non-baseball spot going out to Rome. We can put Robert Kraft up on the fire truck, I guess, right? You guys won a bunch of Super Bowls. Yeah, you had Tom Brady, but still. We got Mark Ventos, A&G back. Zion Clark, there we go. Zach Greinke, A&G backs. Ethan Small, A&G back. Then you have Music to the Ears. We've already seen that one. I think that's all of the different types that you can hit. Christopher Morel on the white border. Cubbies, Christy Virgin. Christopher Morel on the white parallel. Rafael Nadal. Trey Mancini for the Cubbies and Christy Virgin. Trey Mancini bat relic, Chicago Cubbies and Christy Virgin. Drew Waters, A&G back. Javier Assad, black border, an AG back of Sarah Langs. Two boxes to go. That Robert Kraft is probably fairly valuable, be my guess. Julio Rodriguez on the box topper for Derek Dial and the Mariners. Would be my guess is that the Robert Kraft has some value to it. And it's red, so isn't that out of 25? The red name. Didn't sign it in red, but it's got the red name, and the top certified auto is red. All right, 2 boxes to go. 2 boxes to go. And for the Mariners, we got Cal Raleigh on the relic. It's going to be Derek Dial. Cal Raleigh on the relic for Derek Dial. A&G back for Fernando Tatis Jr. A&G for David Ortiz. And we have another auto of Kyle Gordon. Comedian, non-baseball, going out to Rome. Kyle Gordon on the Comedian. Cannot say I know who he is. But another hit for the non-baseball spot. And if you have not looked at what some of those prices for non-baseball spot or some of the hits of the non-baseball players, they can be fairly valuable. On some of them. There's some, and I have no idea. I suspect, like I said, I suspect that the Robert Kraft would have some value to it. I don't know about Kyle Gordon or Bear Mayer. Mark McGwire, A&G back. Sushi. And Julio Urias for the Dodgers, Patrick Smith. Ichiro on the white border. We will do a hit recap of everything once we get finished with the last box, just like any time. We got Angie back of Bun B. Bun B. We'll go over all the top load cards, as includes the inaction. All right, final box. If you have not hit, good luck. Rooting for you. See if we can't finish it off with an auto at least. Did the Phillies hang on to win? Well, they may still be playing. And what about the D-backs? We got Ronald Acuna Jr. on the box topper for Tiny. And we got Ian Happ on the relic for the Cubbies and Christy Virgin. Ian Happ, relic, going out to the Cubbies and Christy Virgin. I think that's Christy's second hit tonight. Angie back of Brian Bello. Angie back of Taj Bradley. Lou Brock, black border. And relic of Zoo. Non-baseball going out to Rome. I guess Zoo. Jordan Alvarez, Angie back. We have A&G back of Vladimir Guerrero Sr. and Nick Castellanos. We got Julio Rodriguez on maybe the white border. Do have a short print of Aaron Judge. Frank Thomas Mini. Bryce Harper, the Mini. It's coming out too. Waters Mini. There we go. And Evan Longoria on the bat relic for the Arizona Diamondbacks. D-backs going to be Steve Garlow. Evan Longoria for the bat relic for the D-backs. Another Ryan Howard on the white. A&G back of Mike Trout. All right, let's go over our hit recap. Not a terrible case. Not a terrible case by any means. All right. We have white border of Christopher Morel. In action, Aaron Judge for the Yankees. Out of 25, mini George Kirby for the Mariners. In action, George Brett. And on the foil, Wembanyama. No idea if I'm pronouncing his name correctly. Then for our relics, we got Gary Sheffield, Jim Bentliff, Nestor Cortez, Yadier Molina, Zach Gallen, Edwin Diaz, Tom Seaver, Matt Manning, Frank Thomas, Don Staley, David Wright, Dennis Eckersley, Evan Longoria, Zoo, Ian Happ, Julio Urias, Cal Raleigh, Trey Mancini, Cal Ripken Jr., Kyle Schwarber, Whit Merrifield, Ari Chambers, Dwight Gooden, Mark McGuire, Bobby Dalbec, DJ Ski, and Mandy Bell. For our non-showcase autos, we got Wally Backman for the Mets and Kyle Gordon for the non-baseball. Then for our showcase of hits, we got Barry Zito for the A's, Vladdy Guerrero Jr. for the Blue Jays, Bear Mayer for the non-baseball, couple of rip cards, Julio Rodriguez and Max Fried, Mariners and Braves. We did hit a box topper rip card out of 99, Zach Greinke for the Kansas City Royals. In our fire truck hit of the break, Robert Kraft, owner of the New England Patriots, on the non-baseball spot. I do appreciate it. We do have up case number 3. There was 9 teams left at the time that I went live. Check it out. I'll start fillers on it tomorrow, and then once it fills, I'll be posting case number 4. So I do appreciate it. Thank you again for supporting On Fire Breakers. Have a wonderful rest